Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Rakakwada. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of you elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'm going to try to make this real quick, but let's see where the Spirit takes me. And I'm going to entitle this video, Adultery is Not a Joke. You don't take adultery as a joke or for a joke. So I'm watching this video now. You know, we here at, Great Millstone getting on a situation IUIC with a man and a woman having an adulterous affair. Whether they did it or not or leading to it, I believe they did it. And they're going back and forth. My thing is, how did, this guy get this woman's number? That was the vice versa. How did they exchange information when the woman has a wife and this man has the woman has a husband and the man has a wife? I mean, she was totally unfaithful to her husband. But then it's like you should have just left it in house. You should have just, dealt with the matter, did what you have to do, and kicked him out to school. But I have a question. I'm going to let this play. But I have a question concerning the woman, the man that's committing adultery with the woman. Can they come back? Can they put in an application to come back? Are they going to be out for a year? Like Deacon Nathan, he committed adultery, and I don't even know the nature of adultery. If he dealt with a woman that was not married to another man, then that's not adultery. Adultery is when you lay with a woman that has another man. Now, if you want to get technical, we're all adulterers because, the woman that you marry has to be a virgin, so that's why they married young. That's why they got him when they were young. When puberty set in, that's when the Israelite men gave their daughters away when they were 12, held them until about 12, 13 years old. Mary had to be about 13. Joseph had to be, he could have been in his late 30s, early 40s, or whatever. But he was significantly older than Mary. Because if you're going to wait and you have your daughter, well, I'm going to let you wait until you're 25, she going to go out there and do it. That's in the law as well. When a man complains that she's been with another man and it goes into the parents and the tokens of her virginity, that could be broken by her and the parents don't know it, and you get put to death for that, the woman. But if the man's, lying about it, then he's to be punished. So adultery is a serious matter. It's so serious that we here at GMS don't even allow the woman to come around us, period. A couple of times you had a couple of sisters come from out of state that came to the camp and stood there and, listened a little bit and said shalom, and they never came back, And, but we don't have, like, if we had a school, there would be no women, or there would be classes only for women, if that's the case. Okay, this is Monday night is a women class. This is just for women. And maybe another woman could teach, because a woman can teach another woman, an older woman. That's in the scriptures as well. I may go into that. I may read that, but I don't want to make this long. But so my question is this: can these two people put in an application to come back to the school in a year's time? Can they come back after they take after they go on that fast during the Day of Atonement? Can they say, I did the Day of Atonement, can I come back? because that did happen in the past. You had certain members of the IUIC that committed adultery. They waited for the Day of Atonement. They said, okay, I kept the Day of Atonement. Can I come back to the school? Yes, brother, you can't come back to the school. That was said by a man named Kevin out of Florida, IUIC out of Florida, that had an interview with Vocab Malone. So he said, yeah, there's guys that commit adultery and they'll wait until the Day of Atonement. They'll keep the Day of Atonement and they'll let them right back into school. Now, Deacon Ithon, I don't know if this is old. It's got to be new, recent, very recent. But let me come back. Let me come back. I want to get a. That's not it. That's not what I want. Okay. So you got Deacon Ithon, which if this is new, which it looks like. He just got back in for committing adultery. Now, like I said, I don't know the nature of the adultery. If he lay with a woman that was not dealing with a man, that's not adultery. Like if he stepped out on his woman, like Bishop Nate says, oh, this and his lovely wife over here at the top of the picture. Was he just dealing with another woman behind his wife's back, which he doesn't have to because that's not adultery? Or was he dealing with a brother's wife? That's adultery. And I don't even believe that I don't know the nature of it. I don't even know if he actually committed adultery. You heard what I just mentioned, just pull it back and listen to it again. If he's dealing with a man, let's say this brother, I don't know his face, I can open up. Let's say this Deacon Ithon has adultery with this brother's wife. Just saying, I'm not saying that it happened. That's adultery. You should get kicked out of school. And you shouldn't say, okay, you're off for a year and then you can come back. No. If, however, I'm saying it again, that's adultery. If you're dealing with a random woman out there, maybe in the world, that's not dealing with a man, that's not adultery. Now, technically it is because she most likely had a man in the past. Okay, so let me come on back. And then it said, he that committeth adultery lacketh understanding. But technically we're all adulterers, right? So he said married and married. She's wearing the purple. You know, he got these look like what do you call it? Extensions. They might not be. That's one thing you're going off on, long hair. This man is definitely looks like he's lined up. Okay, you can hardly see it, but it looks like some IUIC. So basically, the IUIC is pretty much like a whorehouse because they spoke about these adulterous affairs that's going on in the school. And we don't have that problem because there's no women. Apostle Gabar did a video how we kicked the women all the women out of school because it was getting a little crazy with these women. And like Apostle Gabar said, the women go with the guys that have the higher rank. Now there was one woman, it seemed like she really wanted to get with me, but she was dealing with her brother, and she would always come to me with counsel. Well, the brother did this, and there was always another sister with her. Can I listen and all that? And I said, damn, she getting a little too friendly with me, and I'm not gonna commit adultery. And there was other situations that happened with little, funny shit with women, that spirit. And we just said, look, no more women. Certain guys got emotional about it, and them guys are not in the truth no more. They're back in the world or whatever they doing. We run into them guys that got kicked out or fell off. Hey, Shalom, what's happening? They're doing their thing, but they were out at that time. Now, could the men had, got their act together and came back, of course. But they never came back through the Spirit. But I said there's certain of them brothers that we run into, because most of them are from Connecticut. So, and certain of them are related to other brothers. But when you're out, you know. But this shouldn't be happening. You know, this is drama, man. But the thing is, it says adultery in IUIC, and Bishop Nate is just tickled by it. I shake my head, wickedness in these false camps. So, but the thing is, they're talking about it and they're laughing and joking like it's a joke, like they get. And then Bishop Nate says, "I like this stuff." Well, how can you like it? You should be fucking pissed off. And I'm gonna say this again. You shouldn't even, pull this out. Brought this subject up. You should have just pulled him to the side and said, "Look, brother, you out to school and you out to school. Sister, you out to school and you out to school." So that means they're like cast him out as a heathen, right? Unless they get the Deacon-a-thon treatment where they can put an application in to come back next year. Because they can't say they didn't do it because they did it before and they recently did it with Deacon-a-thon. Like I said, I don't believe Deacon-a-thon lay with a brother's wife in the school. I believe he lay with a random woman. And if he did, that's not adultery. I mean, technically it is, but anybody that's in that school that gets married, they're all adulterers if the woman lay with a man that had a man in the past. That's where you get fornication from. Fornication is adultery. So now, let's say they kick him out. You're out of here. Sister, you're out of here. So now, this woman, he's still alive. This woman can't get another brother. That's adultery. That's what Yahweh Shai said. This brother right here can get another sister as long as she's not married. But if they're all married, he got to get somebody from the world, and then she has to be vetted. Well, she got to believe in the truth, and she got to be in the truth. If she's not in the truth, you got to cut her off. This is a hot mess. This is a hot mess. Now, I said in the previous video, it's not so much the leadership's fault, even though certain brothers saying it is your fault, because you can't stop. You don't know what sin goes. You can't watch everybody, so you have to act. This is why you kicked them out. This is why Deacon-a-thon should have been kicked out of school forever, cut off from among his people. The scriptures say. The Lord says, "Put him to death." Can't put nobody to death. We're under the authority of Esau. So this is a messy, nasty situation. It's a messy, nasty situation. And then on top of that, showing you that this man is not grown in the spirit. According to Bishop Nate, he goes to the bathroom, takes a picture of his penis, shows it to her. She's tickled by it. And then he sits down with this brother to say shalom. And she knows what's going on. They're getting off on this shit. And here you got that's the way the bishop laughs. Here you got Bishop Nate laughing about it. Like they're getting off, like it's, entertaining to them. This is a serious thing, man. Hey, Peter didn't laugh when he was dealing with what's the two? Is it Ananias and Sapphira? Let me find that. Oh, by the way, I put double triangle hand sign. There are various ways you could do a double triangle. There it is. See how he's got this is Trump. He's got all the fingers touching. There he is again. Okay, so where am I? Let me go to Acts 5. The Most High said, Apostle Paul said, the Most High is not the author of confusion. When you bring men and women together, right, Ananias and Sapphira, his wife, sold a possession. When you read the fourth chapter, it was talking about at that time a commune. You know, where you get the word communism. Everybody gets, you know, whatever. If there's a man with a wife and 5 children, he gets more than a man with a wife and no children, or just a man. So you got according to what you need, and they were all in agreement with it. So Ananias and Sapphira held back and kept back part of the price because they sold land. So they were both at the command of Peter. They were both put to death through spiritual power. Now Peter wasn't laughing on that day, and when the man, let me do this. That's the Hebrew word. So this is the husband. So he lied. Then he got put. The spirit left his body. Then she lied, gave up the same lie, not knowing that he was put to death by the spiritual power, and she gave up the ghost. Now Peter wasn't laughing and joking about it. That was a serious matter. He used the spiritual power to put, and that it was at the command of Peter, because he said, I don't want to read the whole thing, but he said the same that. Give me a second. I don't want to read the whole thing. Ananias fell down and gave up the ghost. And great fear came on all them that heard these things. They wasn't laughing about it. Oh, that's what that nigga get. They were fear. They were in fear. They wound him up and carried him away. They buried him. And about the space of 3 hours after, when I just want to go to the point. Right, so as you read the story, they both got put to death because she was privy to that lie that her husband gave at first. And Peter said something to the effect of, the same feet that carried your husband out is going to carry you out. So that was Peter putting him to death through spiritual power. And great fear came upon all the church and upon as many as heard these things. So they wasn't laughing and joking at this matter. Because this, adultery is a sin unto death. And you can't say, well, one day it's gonna happen in GMS. You're gonna have an adult. We don't have no women. Brothers don't bring their women. I don't know what I don't want to know what these brothers women. If a brother says to her, I want you apostles to anoint my wife and my children. I said, look, brother, you've been in this school for 5 years. You can anoint your own wife and children. She got the plunging neckline, you know. The spirit of lust is in that school, just like One West. One West was a big whorehouse. One West was a big whorehouse. And that goes to the leadership. The leadership let that shit happen. You had a woman come in with mini skirts with fringes on it. They would just let the sister come in. The brothers looking at her legs and all that. And I used to catch a lot of the women. I said, sister, no, you ain't coming up in here looking like that. You can turn back around. That's why Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai got rid of that whole lot. It was thousands that came through them doors. And thousands left and got kicked out. And a lot of them got put to death.
Next one. What happened? This all took place during men's conference. Officer Liam, can you read this?
Yes, sir.
Now, brother asshole is the one in the blue. The sister is the one in black.
Now, is Deacon Nathan, was he Deacon asshole at that time?
On the left. These are text messages. Go ahead.
So she said, you so nasty. My ass went straight to sleep after I sent that last message. LOL. LOA, bae. I really am, and I'll talk you through that shit. Y'all good though? OMG, I would love that. No cap. Emoji. Yeah, we good though. Why you ass?
And they're talking like they're from the world. They're talking worldly. I mean, goddamn, try to talk biblically. Thee and thou, man. You know, world. This is all worldly shit.
When are y'all leaving today? Finna head out now. I'm gonna hop in the shower, mama. And hell, here I can make you come hard as F.
So remember,
damn.
This is brother asshole who's married talking to another brother's wife in the same congregation. Go ahead, next one.
Babe, cause I wanna be with you bad as fuck. Don't be smoking no garbage high. And yeah, I was the one told him we was peeping Tom. I don't know, I really wanna be the one in your life. Never.
Now, brother asshole just had a baby, by the way.
You so nasty, my ass went straight to sleep after I sent that last message. Kisses. Why you can't make it come again? Nasty.
Then they got the tongue, the squirt thing. Good.
So they were already doing it. They were doing it, and they were coming to the classes or whatever like they were innocent people.
Yep. You so nasty, my ass went straight to sleep after I sent that last message.
Go ahead. Now, top right corner was he during the men's conference, he went to the bathroom and took a picture of his penis and sent it to her. Then went and sat down to her next to her husband, talking about shalom, Mark. Shalom. Men's conference, he went to the bathroom and took a picture of his penis and sent it to her. Then went and sat down to her next to her husband, talking about shalom, Mark. Shalom. You can't make this stuff up.
Kill him.
See, that's when you gotta close the doors. Here. I'm kind of nasty. I like to hear this stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of nasty. I like to hear this stuff.
Yeah.
Nasty. I like to hear this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, Bishop, just messing with you.
This is not a laughing matter. This is the Most High could have put both of them to death. This is not a laughing matter, man. The fuck you laughing about? Then you wonder why we get on IUIC, man. It was like the old One West School. The One West School was a complete fucking whorehouse. And that goes to the leadership. That goes to the 7.
Yes.
Bishop messing with you. Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakak Wadash. That's giving all praise to the Most High in the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us the truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Shalom to 144,000. My name is Ibar from the Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. And I'm going to just speak a little bit on this video that's going around the Brotherhood. You know, everybody talking about this video with the IUIC and adultery in IUIC, which personally, this is no surprise to me. I remember when I first, around the time I first came into this truth, I've been always hearing about adultery and IUIC, down in the Orlando camp. When I first came into this truth, I was around some damn IUIC rejects, okay, and, so, you always heard of this different, gossip going on at IUIC, and it's not the first or the last, but, it just shows you that it's pure confusion over there in IUIC. All right, because if they're doing all this laughing and playing about adultery, which is not a laughing or joking matter.
See, I didn't know that this elder brother was going to. I didn't know that he was going to say this. I didn't watch the video. I watched it up to this point when he started laughing. Let me let you hear that again.
Of this different, gossip going on at IUIC, and it's not the first or the last, but it just shows you that it's pure confusion over there in IUIC. All right, because if they're doing all this laughing and playing about adultery, which is not a laughing or joking matter.
That's what I said. Adultery is not anything to joke around and play about and laugh about.
And they're reading the text messages. I don't know why they're doing that in front of the whole congregation.
What didn't I say that? What did I say? Didn't I say why are they reading it out to the congregation? They should have just pulled them to the side and said, y'all out of here. And if they said, well, what happened to brother so-and-so and sister so? So we kicked them out because they were in an adulterous act. That's all we're gonna say. But they can put in applications to come back. This is complete fucking confusion. You just getting on it because you jealous. Am I jealous about adultery? Am I jealous about adultery? Scriptures speak about reproving and rebuking.
But I heard they do that too. They put all this stuff on blast in front of the whole congregation. It's a bunch of madness, okay? And I'm sure everybody in the congregation already knew what was going on between them people.
Yeah, when somebody like a sister leaves, she becomes a whore. That whore. What's that? Well, what's her name? Gina Blue. They started calling her the blue waffle because they were saying she had a venereal disease. And so they're laughing and joking about it. That's why she put him on blast. A lot of fucking wickedness. You want to get rid of a lot of wickedness, get rid of the woman. Apostle Paul said, let the woman learn at home.
They just acting, and if 9 times out of 10, they got their own dirt. But it blew me because this guy right here.
I'm kind of nasty. I like to hear this stuff.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, this guy.
No, he just said it. I didn't put word. He said, I'm kind of nasty. I like to hear this stuff. I'm kind of nasty. I like to hear this stuff.
Nate talking about he kind of nasty. He like to hear this stuff. This is wickedness, man. This is disgusting. This is evil. And you got the head of your church talking about he like to hear this stuff.
And they're all fucking laughing. This is how the men of IUIC laughs.
Okay, these niggas key laughing. I'm gonna make this last
Bishop.
Now you see, he ain't saying shit because he just came back from an adulterous affair. If he actually committed adultery, I explained what adultery is, and I don't believe he actually committed adultery pursuant to the law. Stepping out on your woman is not adultery. So if he did that, then he's a fucking asshole. Because if they would say, well, Tahar, you out because you committed. I said, where did I commit adultery? Oh, this woman. Well, she didn't have no husband. Yeah, but it's adult. No, it's not. So they twist the scriptures. Like the new moon is the full moon, off. Friday sundown, Saturday sundown, off. And most of these Israelite camps do this. This guy was behind with some other guys to kick us out the main school, the house of David, because of Cornelius thing. Now he's teaching, right shortly after they started teaching, because they wanted to call another council about us explaining who Cornelius was. And we said, no, you kicked us out the school, we ain't coming back to the school. And then eventually they went through it and they saw that Cornelius was an Israelite. So we didn't want to have nothing to do with them guys. And we told King Mashar that they're going to wind up kicking you out. He said, I ain't kicking me out, I'm King David. I said, okay, all right, Mo. Like I used to call him Mo. Because I used to go to Mo's house. I knew, like you got friends that you go to their house and shit. I used to go to Mo's house. And I told Mo, I said, look, Mo, they're going to wind up. And I said it right in his house in Manhattan. He's living in the Bronx, and he moved to Manhattan. I remember he was living in the Bronx. He was on the 3rd floor. In Manhattan, he was on the 7th floor, which is spiritual numbers. 3 could represent the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. 7 represents completion, you know. So it was, the last time we went there, it was myself and I believe it was Apostle Gabar. And we were talking to Mo in the park, you know, and we told him, he said, they're going to wind up kicking you out, Mo. Because they had already kicked me out. And they were mad at the fact that I was still cool with Mo. All right? So, let me come on back. I kind of went off a little bit. Oh. They believed that he was King David, but then he had a dream and woke up and said, oh, Marshall is not King David. He believes he's King David because he said he's Peter. They say he's Elijah or Peter. First of all, if you were at the main school, Elijah is Abba. Definitely Abba. So there's nothing but complete madness going on in this school here. Like I said, if certain situations come up with men where you got to kick them out, I don't have a video on it saying this particular show. See this brother right here? We kicked him out because he did this, that. We just said, look, brother, you out of here. And if this man committed adultery, why is he back in the school? And can these two, the one man and the woman, put in applications, come back after the Day of Atonement? And these guys sound like the wicked scribes and Pharisees. It says, do what they say, but do not as they do, for they say and do not.
Now this guy right here next to him supposedly just came back from being kicked out or on a suspension for committing adultery. See, that's why he don't find it too damn funny.
That's that he don't find it damn funny. But I don't, like I said, I don't believe now. You can open up with one of your little fucking avatars and tell me, nah, she wasn't married. Then that's not adultery. And under that, I would leave the school. But he don't want to leave the school because he can't march no more with them. He can't rock that purple no more. Do you see? The scripture says, "Cursed be the man that trusts in man." Jeremiah.
All right, supposedly commit adultery. We don't know, all the facts on that, but let me grab this scripture. It says, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33, "For the Most High is not the author of confusion."
Didn't I mention it? Everything that this brother is saying, I said before I let the video play.
"But of peace, as in all the churches of the saints." So the Most High is not the author of confusion. And this is no different than the Christian church with all this confusion and adultery going on, man. And these guys, they got on these damn plastic garments, okay, leather and plastic garments, and they laughing about this shit like it's a joke. This is an embarrassment. All right, this shows you how through Jake is, man. Even that claim to be in the truth. All right, you want to be mindful and don't want to be nowhere near individuals like this. And this is supposed to be the leadership, and they up there laughing and joking about adultery, man. Adultery.
Now, just so you can get this straight, we're not perfect, right? None of us are perfect. Things happen, adultery happens, but your attitude shouldn't be laughing and joking about it. It's not a joking matter, because you done messed up. With this act, 2 families were messed up. You know, both of them had the woman had the husband, and the husband had the wife. And you look at the pictures, and like I said in the beginning of this video, if they kicked him out for good, you know, or they say you out for a year, but he gets disenchanted and he never comes back, the woman cannot marry another man if you want to deal with the law, because he's still alive. You see? So this is a hot mess.
It's never a joking matter. You got families that got destroyed, and you got somebody in that damn audience that's seeking blood right now. All right,
yeah, because if that shit would have happened to me, I ain't gonna say nothing after that, and he would have been justified. The dude with the braids, he could have rolled up and did both of them in, and then if it comes back to the leadership, they can't report it because he's keeping the law. He keeping the law. They're gonna call the cops on the guy. If the police come and investigate, they're gonna have to cover his ass. So this is a hot, sticky mess.
Bringing it back, let's read some more. We're going to go into the NLT. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. And this is from the brother, Biblical Defenders, the elder brother. Definitely watch this video, okay? But it says in the NLT, for the Most High is not the author of disorder, but of peace, as in all the meetings of God's holy people. So this is not peace, okay? This is a bunch of confusion, a bunch of wickedness, a bunch of, demonic stuff going on. And we hear about
it. Because it's not so much, it's not the wickedness that the leadership did, but it becomes wicked when you laugh about it. When I like this stuff, I like that nasty stuff. However you said it. This is bad, y'all. And see, people are honor this camp because of the package. They put it in a nice package. You got the gold, they got the Marvel comic type garments. And I'm not saying it as a snap, but they look like superheroes. They got them looking like superheroes. They got the gold. They got the lions with the swords in it. This is the most I got to be dealing with the truth. Look at how they dress. Look at how they marching. Hey, Matthew 23. You can read that whole chapter. Yahushua said, they are like whited sepulchres, beautiful on the outside, but inside are dead men's bones. And see, the first thing that Yahushua got on the wicked scribes and Pharisees was the way they were dressed. They said the phylacteries. Phylacteries is where you take the laws and like a box. You put the laws in there, and then you wrap them around your arm. And now Bishop Nate said, "Well, that's spiritual." No, they physically had, the law says it's physical, but the fringes are physical. They're not spiritual. And then these people had fringes on, so they didn't look down at their fringes. This is what happens when you let any old body, anybody. I want to be in Israel. I want to be a part of the camp. Okay, brother, you can be a part of the camp. No, hey, we had this one brother. say, I want to come to New York and read for you apostles. And I said, whatever state, what did I say? Whatever state that you in, get with the brothers of that particular state and just be in the audience and listen and take notes and then build like that, you know? Because we're not celebrities. We're not supposed to be celebrities. Let's listen to a little bit more. Because of elder brother from Florida, he's hitting the same precepts that anybody else would hit.
It's time and time again coming out of the IUIC. Yeah, this is the main camp that's claiming to be to keep the laws. All right, which if you kept the laws, then those individuals were supposed to met some stones, man. Okay,
right. If you wanted to keep the laws fully, but what you do now is you cast them out. Not cast them out for a year after the Day of Atonement. Oh, you atone for your sins. You can come back in so you can do it again.
We know we ain't in our captivity, but
and that shows about the woman and the man and the woman that they were involved in this act of adultery. That shows you that they wasn't learning. They didn't have the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in them. Remember what happened to King David? The Most High, from the time he committed adultery, the fact that he lost his son through Bathsheba, but the Most High allowed them to stay together. But his son that he loved so much was looking to kill him and take the kingdom, all because of the act of adultery. So what David received was a punishment worse than death.
It's just ironic. This is the camp that brags the most about keeping the laws, in so much as in breaking the laws. It says women should be silent during the church meetings. It is not proper for them to speak. They should be submissive, just as the law says. Now, we know Apostle Paul, when he went to these different churches, they had women in the churches, but that brings confusion. This is why the Apostle Paul had to make these different clarifications concerning women in the churches. All right, because when women are anywhere, they start trying to talk too much and be seen too much, doing a bunch of extra. And just like the Christian church, man, you know, these women when they come there, they're there to, you know, have a damn what is it called, a dressing contest. You know, who can dress the best, who can wear the most, you know, flashy stuff. You know, when the dresses start to get tighter, all this makeup on and stuff, and the whole time the woman have a whole husband. Okay, so this is madness. It says if they have any questions, they should ask their husbands at home. And you women are really supposed to be at home. You ain't supposed to be in the midst of the congregation, you know, smiling and joking and laughing in all the men's faces, man. Okay, and I've seen this, and it just did not feel right. This is why I got from around individuals that was doing this kind of shit, man. Speaking of that, this Saturday at our camp, you know, we was at camp, you know, at our spot that we've been at for months, you know, probably what half a year now, just about. This other camp that I used to know, they showed up to our camp and posted up, you know, at the corner with the microphones and the shirt fringes and called themselves teaching, man. The scripture, you're not supposed to build upon another man's foundation, but I ain't make a big deal about it. You know, we was closing up and they was probably just getting started. I just looked at them, but I noticed that they had, you know, women out there in the damn lawn chairs, man. They had women out there in the lawn chairs, which is completely off. Okay, when you go to camp, you at war. It's not a place for children. It's not a place for women.
Yeah, another thing, that's wrong when you set up a camp, a block. First of all, the truth is being brought out there. What the hell are you coming out there for? And then bringing women with you. I remember when I came to the school, I had told King Mashar and Ibris Ariah, back then when we had the camps, you had a certain woman in the camp and you had children running around. I told them, I said, look, I said, the women and the children have no business being in the camp. And they argued with me And I said, the spirit, I said, look, Mo, I said, the women and children do not belong in the camp. They can't come to the camp no more. And they thought about it and they said, yeah, you're right. No women and children in the camp. If you can go way back, and I'm talking about the 80s, they had women and children, had kids, little kids running around. The brothers had their wives with them, and they would be sitting on lawn chairs. That's not the spirit. That's not the spirit. Now I'm saying if you have women in the audience, that's different, But you don't be bringing down the family down there, man. Anything could happen at the camp.
Okay, and then you got women around other men's wives. I remember one time.
And the woman that's involved in the okay, 10:20, let me come on back. Okay, so you got the woman, she got the plunger neckline, where you can see, I don't know if you can see the cleavage, but men, there's men that likes necks. They I like her neck. You know what I'm saying? Or I like, you see the little cleavage, And this, I don't know about him, but this individual, you can see he looks like he's lined up and he shaved part of it off. I could be wrong. So let's come back over here.
Confusion.
Strong's G181. Akatastasia.
It says instability, a state of disorder, disturbance, confusion, and that's what's going on. It says instability, disorder, commotion, confusion, tumult, and this is what you see in the IUIC. And everybody in the crowd, ooh, no, this and it's the same camp that don't preach the true names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They don't know what the MOTB is. They ain't teaching about Jacob's trouble. They're hardly ever going into the nuclear missiles. They think that hell is an actual place. So
they're clearly contrary to the gospel. The gospel is not about reading scriptures. The gospel is about reading the scriptures and breaking the scriptures down, especially the prophecies. And they go off on a lot of things, and they're waxing worse and worse. And at the end of the day, to laugh and make mockery of this thing and make this into a joke, and talking about, oh, I like this stuff. Yeah, I like hearing this stuff. Let me bring that back. It's like almost like he couldn't wait to tell the congregation. Wait a minute.
In the same congregation. Go ahead, next one.
Wait, why you can't make it come again?
Next to her husband, talking about Shalom, Mark. Here. I'm kind of nasty. I like to hear this stuff.
Yeah.
Let me do this. I didn't put words in his mouth. This is not AI.
He went to the bathroom and took a picture of his penis and sent it to her. Then went and sat down to her next to her husband, talking about Shalom, Mark. Shalom. You can't make this stuff up.
Kill him.
See, that's when you got to close the doors. Here. I'm kind of nasty. I like to hear this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm kind of nasty. I like to hear this.
Okay, yes, Bishop, just messing with you.
Yes.
Why are they all fucking laughing? This is not a laughing matter. The Most High could put both of them to death and leave their children behind. Are you going to take their children in? This is a serious fucking matter, man. And in closing, I'm going to say this. Since IUIC is so goddamn popular, why isn't ISUPK members leaving to get with the IUIC? Why isn't GMS members leaving GMS to get with the IUIC? Sakari members, why ain't they leaving leader Sakari and getting with the IUIC? Because they can see through the wickedness, man. This is wickedness, man. You don't put this shit out on Front Street to try to embarrass somebody. You say, look, brother, y'all out of here. Don't come back. Period, man. And explain to them, in the ancient world, both of y'all would have got stoned to death. This ain't nothing to fucking laugh about. This is a serious fucking thing, man. And then for the ones of you in GMS that's thinking about getting with IUIC, please leave. Don't say nothing. Don't let us know nothing. Just leave. Next time we see your ass in the purple garment and shit. Oh, wasn't that brother in GMS? Ain't nobody leaving, because the ones that are in... I'm going to say this, though. You got guys that's in the IUIC that are sincere. I listen to a lot of these tapes, and you can look at some of them. They'll be surprised if I say, well, if I point out the brothers, this brother, he comes off as sincere, this brother's sincere, they'll be so, Tahar thinks good of me like that. There's a lot of brothers that's sincere, that the spirit's in them. But then you got a lot of demons up in there too. And I would have saw right through that nigga. I would have picked up on it. Somebody would have whispered, I see this woman, this brother, they always talking, they looking at each other, laughing. Hey, a woman, you had women in the past. I had women that if another woman looked at me, my woman would say, if this bitch look at you one more time, like I'm gonna fuck her up. Cause you can know by the look, So the guy gonna get up, go to the bathroom, take a picture of his penis, and send it to her, and then he gonna sit right down next to the sister's husband. So he obviously has no fear whatsoever, and neither does she. Hey, let's go back to this nigga, the so-called God-sent comforter. First of all, if I was back there and it was said, look, I went to Israel and the Lord told me I'm the God-sent comforter, I would have said, what? I said, what did you just say, nigga? Or I would have maybe not say nothing and then not come back to the school or something. Or there would have been some shit, And that goes back to the leadership of the former One Westers, which is the 1941 Madison. You had the leaders, you had Yeshai, you had Kazak, you had Yeshai and Kazak, y'all should have got gully. Y'all should have got gully with the nigga. All right? You had High Priest Ariel, High Priest Shaw, High Priest Yeshaya, High Priest Kazak. High Priest Kazak, High Priest Yeshaya, Yeshai and Kazak left. You had the two. So it goes on in leadership. So it was down to two men, Ariel and Shaw. They lost the school to this demon. And then this demon had these different award shows. I'm talking about Tazadakia, the Archangel Awards, and there was an award called the Perfect Marriage Award or whatever. And then this couple got the award for the perfect marriage. Then a couple months later, you see the woman with fucking Tazadakia. So Tazadakia, the so-called God-sent comforter, took this man's woman. And then the man was still, this spineless clown was still there, and they raised his rank up to make him feel good about himself. Look, man, there'd have been, that school's in Harlem. They would have been held up in Harlem. You do some shit like that to me, even if I didn't want to do it, I would have did it any motherfucking way. Because a lot of you men, you lack a backbone. Man, I find out a man taking a picture of his penis, giving it to my wife, I'm gonna fuck him up. There's gonna be a case on me, and there's gonna be, 187 out in LL. 187 is criminal code for murder. No, you don't play that shit with me, especially if I'm in love with the woman. I'm killing your ass. Trust me, nigga. Trust me. I might be in the car and see you. Oh, that's that nigga crossing the street. Let me run that nigga over. Run that nigga over, back up on him and say, oh, I didn't realize it. I thought, Nah, you don't do no shit like that, man. And I'm going to say this. The IUIC is done. Basically, they're Babylon. You know how Babylon going to go? Well, IUIC is going to go just like Babylon. It's going to go. It's going to break up. If there's any of the elect in here, they're going to come out of this thing. If there's any of the elect. A lot of you guys should be offended at this thing in IUIC and leave any goddamn way. Because I'm going to say this. A majority of them, they're just in it because of the gimmicks, as Apostle Gabar always says. They're in it because of the gimmicks. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say, and like I said, I can bring out a bunch of scriptures on adultery. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do that. Make it easy. Okay. Let me and we're all adulterers, don't get me wrong, because we're adulterers in the sense that if you want to get her actual wife, you got to get her when she's about 12 years old, and you get locked up for that. That's Esau's law. That's why this motherfucking place is gonna burn. That's why, hey, this guy Vocab Malone did a video with featuring myself and Tucker Carlson. Now, when you watch the video, Tucker Carlson was all into what we were saying. There was a point in the video where when we opened up the book, he put his head in the book. And he kept saying, but why am I going to slavery? He was affected by that. And that was 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. And he brought it up again with this guy, Lex Friedman, which he's like an intellectual. He has different people on there. And he spoke about, I met the black Hebrew Israelites, and and it was a far out interview, and it wasn't on camera. It was on camera. And Lex kind of looked nervous because they know about all of them. Look, Alex Jones, Luke Radowski, all these different, and I gave some information to, I briefly called Apostle Ramlab. I said what I had to say, and I hung up. I told him, I said, I don't like talking to the phone. I say, where we gonna meet? Boom, shalom. I don't like going, like my cousin, he liked talking on the fucking phone. I'd be like, damn, man, why this nigga, come on, nigga, I gotta go to sleep. I get on the phone, I say what I gotta say, and I'm out of there, So that's what I did with, Apostle Ramlab. I hope he didn't take it the wrong way. If he did, so what? But that's how I am. So I told him, I explained something to him about certain things with Alex Jones and Luke Radowski. I mean, if you want to get that information, you get in contact with him. We got some information on them guys. But anyway, this guy, Tucker Carlson, was all messed up because we're telling the truth. We're telling the truth. I don't even know why I went into that direction. But we're serious about this thing. And when you watch that video, you can see we were dead. We wasn't laughing with Tucker Carlson. We weren't playing with him. And even Gabar said, he came out and said, that means you're going into slavery. You're an Edomite, you're going into slavery. And then we just told him straight up, you're an Edomite. If you're an Edomite, you better hope that I said you better hope that there's any hope for me? Yeah, the only hope is you better hope that you're not an Edomite. So he knows what an Edomite is. He said he made a statement. He said in that interview on 34th Street, he said what'd he say? He said so if you're an Edomite, there's no hope or something like that. No, he said if you're an Edomite, there's nothing that you can do. Meaning he got the full understanding what an Edomite was. That's why he made that statement. If you're an Edomite, there's nothing that you can do. But why am I going to slavery? This is serious, man. And I'm gonna say this too in closing. We here at GMS are not celebrity Israelites, all right? And like I said, the truth is coming out. I did a video, which other brothers did, elders or whatever, did videos on Tariq Nasheed, which this woman from Peru, Israelite woman, called, saying that we are one of the 12 tribes of Israel. And then here you got Tariq Nasheed, snapping on her and joking on her and clowning her, But he said about 6 months ago, let's say, he was on a no jumper. Tazariak was on there, and he kept saying, he said, no, we're Israelites. There's black people in America are Israelites too. So how did you change the story 6 months later? Either two things happened. Well, we know one thing happened. You know, he's an insider. But that's all right. I still listen to him. I listened to him last night. He did the interviews. You know, he was on different interviews around the country on different news shows pushing his video. So I said he paid on that one. Hey, good for him. He says a lot of good things, but we know why he said clown the woman. Okay, because he's up in there. You know, like I said, I still listen to him. A lot of things that he said, I get ideas from the individual, but he's an Israelite, and guess what? He knows he's an Israelite. He knows he's an Israelite because he said it. He said it on the No Jumper show. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.